Heyo, let me start by asking you guys a question. What is the best way to improve in Rocket League? This question gets thrown around quite often, and I'm here to give my response. It depends. There are a variety of things you can do in Rocket League, like free play. Running around in free play is fun, like a lot of fun. Like I made a series over it. Free play is great because it gives people the chance to practice things in a realistic way without the stress of own goaling or losing a 50.
Oh, this game's easy.
The field is your canvas and you can paint whatever you want. Oh, that was pretty good. If that isn't your speed, custom training packs are another great choice. Right away you have an assortment, an absolute plethora of options to choose from under the different tabs.
Why are there so many?
If they somehow don't have what you're looking for, you can just make your own. It's that easy. Just, I don't know. What type of damage can we do? I like the looks of this. There we go.
Man, this game's easy.
Training packs are pretty choice, especially if you're refining a specific mechanic, whether it be ground dribbles, air dribbles, bounce reads,
What the?
redirects, flicks. Not as impressive as the last flicks. Flip resets. Flip resets that you actually hit. Double flip resets that totally make it in. Or ceiling shots. Custom training is similar to free play. The field is your canvas, but you're painting by numbers. Once you're satisfied with practice, playing competitive is probably your next step. It's where you get to test your skill against players of a similar rank, so the challenge, it's about on par to your skill level. Remember, the field is your canvas. And I've run out of analogies. However, there's an often overlooked pillar to improvement in Rocket League, which is replay analysis. Now, none of you may be asking the question, why is this series called Review Later? And I thank you for your questions.
Yeah, I have a question.
Oh, awesome. Please go on.
You suck.
All right then. So the answer to your non-existent question is, that's what I name a majority of my files. A sort of sticky note to say, why do today what you can do tomorrow? I'm a real innovator, you see. I've been putting off reviewing my own clips for far too long, to the point that I filled up every available replay slot on my console. I've come to realize now is the best time to actually work through the footage I have to see what I could be doing better as a player. And maybe a human. Without further introduction, let's see how I can improve in Rocket League. You can tell it's going to be a good replay analysis when I forget that I have colorblind mode on, so the colors are not what I expected them to be and I don't know how to turn it off. So after I get everything figured out, let's take a look at my kickoffs. And they aren't doing too hot. I sort of aggress here because I figured that I could trust my teammate. He ends up getting the goal, so it was a good thing. I didn't really do too much there. Here you can see that I really don't trust my speed flips at the time, so I'm still doing wave dashes because they're relatively safer. So I see my teammate just absolutely send that guy to the moon, so I try and keep possession here. And that's probably one of the coolest shots I've had in a while. Left always goes, so I'm going to let my teammate take it. I'm a bit far away, but I know I can get it around him if I pass to myself. My teammate is still aggressing, so that's why I kind of back off here. I get bummed, so I'm totally out of the place. It's my teammate's. He misses. I know that I can beat him to the ball, so I'll take it. My teammate bumps me here, but it isn't too much of an obstruction, and I end up getting a goal. I try to stay back, and I pumped the brakes so hard there. I do take credit for conceding that goal. I straight up just pumped the brakes, and I slowed myself down way too much. So I'm a bit far back here. I probably could have aggressed more, and I would have been in a better position for this. And I just don't attack it. Like, no one was going for that ball, and nobody challenged it. It was sort of like in this neutral state for far too long. I should have gone way closer to it to try and challenge it, at least fake challenge it, so that way they throw the ball away. In my mind, I thought my teammate would be back in time, so I looked into it a little bit more. And here he goes for the kickoff and is stuck in ball cam, so he has trouble seeing this guy going for it. He gets a little stuck here, so he does an interesting half flip. Now he's on his way back to goal, but it's just a little bit too late. I thought he was picking up mini pads and not going for large boost. Here we can see my not so great kickoffs. I just more or less do a side roll. It's a bit over glorified. As a side note, I want to mention the reason why I find these speed flip knockoffs cringe inducing is because I see the comparison between where I was then versus now. I had a very surface level understanding of speed flips back then, and I thought I was in the ballpark of doing them right up until I actually started to practice them a lot more and I saw the nuances in the mechanic. Since then, I've seen a dramatic improvement in my consistency, and this is my go-to when it comes to moving up and down the field. It gets me where I'm trying to go and it gets me there really fast. I try to pass to my teammate, but it's a little weak. I straight up hit it with my tires, so it didn't do too much. I see my teammates in an awkward position, so I try to kill the ball by just shooting it up, giving him time to go back. My teammate's on the ball, so I don't dare going for this ball. Everybody's off of it, so I could have gotten a better hit. I should have been bounce dribbling way sooner, and my teammate was pushed up way too far. So I'm doing my best to sort of rotate far post. I thought my teammate would go for that ball way sooner. Now he's just sort of awkward. He's in my peripheral, so I have no idea what he's doing. So I figured he's going to stay there. He doesn't when I try going for the ball. Now we're both kind of awkward. Luckily, Blue just sort of chucks it away. My teammate's on it, so I back off. I pick up boost and turn around. Now it's just me and this guy. My teammate's trying to catch up. He's not rotating through mid, so I can't really do too much. I'm very impatient here. I self-pass off of the wall. I don't get a good touch here at all. My teammate starts shooting it. I'm trying to half flip out, and I unfortunately just bang it out. I get a very good demo here. It gives my teammate time and space, but he just sort of chucks it downfield. So I'm looking downfield. I saw my teammate not going for it, so I figured that I could cut rotation to try and go for it, and he's still just standing there. Boost was taken, and I didn't realize until it was too late. I'm very awkward with no boost. And Blue somehow double commits. So looking back at it, I'm following this guy's perspective. You can see that his teammate shoots it up. His teammate is back on the ground and can take the shot, and he just ignores that. So he just ends up going for it, and we get a goal off of it. And I thought this was funny. When I was looking through the footage, this is another terrible, like... I don't even know what that was. I see that it's kind of neutral. I try to grab the ball, but it ends up being a 50. I had the right idea of trying to like shoot it mid. It ended up going mid. My teammate wasn't quite ready. I could have just shot it better. My teammate is still not back yet, so I'm trying to kill time. I end up saving that kind of. He ends up saving that somehow. And now we're on the breakaway. I landed very poorly here. So I try and pass mid here, but it's a little too sharp of an angle. I'm trying to pass in mid again. We're really trying to go for this goal, but we're having trouble sort of being in the right spot at the right time. That was my idea of fake challenging at the time, where you just sort of be in their general vicinity. I should have been way closer for it. So one of us needs to go for this ball. I see my teammate is in a better position, so I let him have it. He sent it downfield. I really wish that he would try and keep possession. He left me. I think he went for a bump. My teammate once again just tries chucking it down the field. And I like this scene here. So I see my teammate is closer to the ball. I figured he'll take it, but he didn't challenge it sooner. So I see that my teammate sort of makes the ball neutral. I go for it, and I have a nice angle on it, but just short. I go for left boost. I always like to grab boost so that I'm prepared for whatever comes off of kickoff. Kind of like that. And I know how I've been ripping into my teammate this entire game about how he's been throwing the ball downfield, and I just did the exact same thing. He goes for the challenge. It's a good bounce, and it's so close, but they end up saving it. I'm just trying to be a presence. They pass it to my teammate. He challenges it. not much is going on, and everybody backs off the ball. They just leave in an empty net for me, and that kind of shocked me, where I saw my teammate back out, my turn to shoot, and then blue just gave up. Like, one went downfield, I believe, and one just went for boost. So some takeaways I have from watching this replay is: 1, try to keep possession whenever you can. Don't just chuck the ball. You want to try and keep the ball close to you, because that gives you the most options when it comes to attacking. You could end up doing a 50, you could flick and dribble, but giving them the ball gives them those options. Another takeaway is to apply consistent pressure. Almost every goal that we gave up was because we just let the opponent do whatever they want with the ball. We gave them a lot of space. We didn't challenge them. We didn't fake them. We just sort of went back and forth with them. It was their turn to attack. It was our turn to attack. We didn't really ever struggle over who had possession. And lastly, I like to give the general tip of just trying to keep rotations active as long as you can. You as an individual should be very comfortable swapping between attacking and defending with your partner, so that way you guys keep up constant pressure. And that's all I have for you guys. It can actually be quite fun trying to look at yourself a little more critically, and I'm glad that I can just sort of get through this footage. It's just been piling up for months. If you guys are interested in seeing more analysis like this, please let me know in the comment section down below with a yay or nay. If it interests you, if it doesn't, I don't know. Just let me know, guys. Anywho, thank you all so much for watching. I've been me, you've been you, and this is the outro. This is just how the video ends.